The D-Day is here. Every day there has been a lot of conversation for this particular day. And the day is 1st of August 2024. This may be the turning point in Nigeria's history because the people has been protesting for the past 25 years since the return of democracy. But it seems like those at the helms of affair seems not to listen to the yearnings of the people. The protests, which commenced today nationwide in Nigeria, is not something that had to do with Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration within the last 1 year alone. This is something that has been building for over 20 good years since the return of democracy. If you understand the terrain of Nigeria and the behavior of Nigerians, you will understand that between the 1960s to 1999, during the military eras and all of that, you will understand that our fathers were literally, brainwashed. And in the time of the millennials and the Gen Zs, they no longer care about what their parents were able to do or achieve in terms of not holding the government accountable by staging a nationwide protest to hold the government accountable. Judging by the fact that within the last 365 days, it has been growing from bad to worse. The economic policy of the current administration have worsened everything. The insecurity that continue to persist is the reason why most Nigerians are hitting the street today, being 1st of August 2024. Remember, on the 1st of October 2020, there was an EndSARS movement. This was a police brutality protest, which was even, seen across the whole globe. It can be seen in France and other nations of the world, even in the United States. But then, it happens that in Nigeria, many souls were killed by the state force. And that is the narrative preached by the government officials and many people, saying that remember what happened on the 20th of October 2020. So therefore, there will be no need to go out to protest. But just like we might have been seeing on social media, across mainstream media, it is a known fact that there is no time to protest. The time to protest is the time you choose or decide when you believe that the things that matters to you most, you can no longer achieve them or can no longer attain them because of some policies bedeviled by the government of the day. This is the reason why the current youths in Nigeria are saying, no, we will not take this anymore. Enough of what is going on in the country. But the question here is this: will this be a peaceful protest? I have said severally, it is the duty of the government to make a protest peaceful or violent. Any violence protest, if you ask me, having seen across the globe, you will understand that in one way or the other, the government hand is always involved, directly or indirectly. So when you look at what has happened in the past, is the reason why they are saying no need to protest. But then, the people has been protesting, like I said earlier. They have been complaining from market to church, from farm to their offices. Every day you get to the market, prices of goods keep on going up. The farmers could no longer access their farmland because the Fulani herders have occupied even the little crops that they have been able to farm over the years. I have seen recently of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, farming within the comfort of her home. And according to her, it was to encourage Nigerians to engage in a little garden in their homes, which I talked about in one of our videos in the past. But how many people have the space to be able to even cultivate within their residence? But the funny thing is that the president's wife said to have cultivated her farm in July, first or second week of July, and today we saw that she have already harvested some of her vegetable or crops that she planted in her backyard, and Nigerians are reacted. This will be one of the greatest propaganda or content creator from the presidential villa since the creation of Nigeria. Because how do you get that in less than a month? Which vegetable is the fastest growing vegetable in Nigeria? Or which kind of fertilizer do you use, for you to be able to harvest at this point in time? And Nigerians have lost hope on their leaders, because every now and then they believe that whatever comes from their mouth is nothing but propaganda. And that can be seen from their actions and inactions. So what is the way forward? Today being 1st August 2024, could it be the turnaround where Nigerian elites will now understand that government or democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people? Not a government of the few, for the few, and by the few. Or the elites, by the elites, for the elites. Personally, I would have wished that the president addressed the nation before today, in order to send a very strong message of hope, even though in the midst of hopelessness, to Nigerians. But unfortunately, it seems like they don't care about the people. After all, they have shared bags of rice. If you need fuel, eat rice, just like someone wrote on her X platform. If you need, if there is insecurity, eat rice. If you are hungry, there is rice enough for you to eat. So there is no need for you to protest. So this is the reason why Nigerians will go ahead with this protest. Because I believe if the president could have addressed the nation and begged them to please step down, as they have already listened to them and have seen the reasons why they want to protest or in the streets, and already given some points in terms of telling them that the chief of army staff should be relocating from Abuja maybe to Maiduguri, as well as the IGP moving to the northwest, as well as the Navy moving to our waterways, to make sure that we safeguard every nook and cranny of this country. Especially for the fact that personally I believe that the Nigerian Armed Forces or security agents have this capability of ending the current insecurity in Nigeria within 7 days. And Nigeria will return back to his glory days. But just like many said, it is more a political will to what we all know. So therefore, I submit at this point in time that as we all, hit the streets, both for those protesting and for those covering the, activities of the protestants, it is worthy of note that if there is any form of destruction of government properties, if you are being provoked by the police, by the army, by any group, by anybody, even by your fellow protestants, do not destroy anything. Because this crop of politicians, we use it as an avenue to loot money once again. And this is exactly what you're protesting against. So I believe that every Nigerian have the fundamental rights to protest, when they are not comfortable with anything done by the government or any group of people. But then it should be within the ambit of the law. And I therefore said that as we go out to protest, both the government and the citizens, because this is a protest between the government and the citizen, The government are protesting that the citizens shouldn't protest, while the citizens are protesting that the government should come up with policies that will better their lives. In all of this, there should be no loss of lives. The government should try as much as possible to protect the individuals who are on the street to protest, and the individuals on the street who are citizens should do as much as possible not to attack or to destroy, because we all know we always go out with bottled waters and placards. I don't think that can be used to destroy anything. But no matter the provocation, maintain your cool, because all you're looking for is a better Nigeria, not to destroy the Nigerian the properties that you already own as a stakeholder. Thank you for watching.